we are doing top 10 best horror movie. Actually, I should make it more spookier.
Today, we're doing a top 10 best horror movies.
Yeah, this man keeps breathing all over me.
No.
In the middle of a pandemic.
It's for the... No, it was... Okay.
Yeah, that breath smells like a horror
No, I
movie.
brushed my teeth today.
Or did I?
Can we wear our masks during this thing?
Okay, so the way we're doing this one, we're looking at all horror movies, from slashers, classics, to new ones. There's no stipulation. This is just our opinions of our all-time favorite horror movies. Okay? If you have any issues with it, I'm so sorry. There's going to be a lot of your favorites that might not be on these lists today. All right? You ready?
Oh, yeah.
We're starting off numbers 10, 9, and 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Here we
bottom
go.
3.
Bottom 3. I don't have a cheat sheet down here. I know by memory.
Really?
What on my...
Even though you just showed them a
That's
cheat
enough
sheet?
banter for today.
My favorite movie monster of sorts are zombies, and I feel like at least one zombie movie for me had to be thrown in, so I did. Okay, are we good?
Big 8, 9, 10 boys.
Yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, shit.
Ooh. What do we got? The Haunting in Connecticut,
Yeah.
The Ring, and then Austin Powers, The International Man of... No, I know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
Oh, I like these. So I, as I've already stated, love zombie movies to death. Train to Busan.
Because they're dead.
Train to Busan actually came out recently. It is a foreign film. It is China. Oh my gosh, I got to look this up. I don't want to say the wrong words. It's
Canceled real quick.
Korean.
South Korean.
Thank you. South Korean.
Yeah, multi-ethnic.
Oh boy. Dude, probably one of the best zombie movies I've seen. They're just traversing through a train, trying to get from train station to train station. One of the best horror movies as far as zombies I've ever seen. It was either this or Dawn of the Dead for me. And then Aliens. I'm really torn between number 1 and number 2. The 1979 and the 1986. But when I first saw those movies, freaking immediately searched my house for bugs. Because, like, I don't know what can plant eggs.
I'm good.
And then finally, the original Halloween, Mike Myers, dude. That's obviously the first horror movie slasher that I saw where I was like, he's walking. He's just... And they're like sprinting. They're literally sprinting. And then they stop and they do this. And then he's right there. And you're like, where did he... It's like between takes, he's literally sprinting.
He knows teleportation. Like, there's a whole aspect of Mike Myers that we don't know.
As soon as he's off camera, he goes... Haunting in Connecticut is really, really good.
I remember being in theaters
Mhm.
with my friend and watching The Haunting in Connecticut and being like, why am I scared? Why am I fully like sweater up? And both of us, it wasn't just me. It was, she was also like, oh shit. And I was like, oh shit. And I just remember being in that movie theater, actually scared like for my life and being like, oh my God, I want to go home. You are zombies.
Love zombies.
I am like shit taking over people.
Oh.
I'm like demonic, poltergeisty shit.
We're
Like,
going to get there.
The Ring, also, like, I remember The Ring coming out and being like, if you watch The Ring, it is like The Ring. And the whole, like...
You have 7 days.
Yeah, just a whole 7 days. But even how Sam Raimi, I think he was the director? The same one from Spider-Man? Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with yes.
Yes.
But the way he filmed it with, like, the blue tint, everything's in Seattle, so it's just cold, and you just feel... And then you watch... I don't know. And then it's like a early 2000s, like post-90s, but before now, so it's kind of this middle place of like where Naomi Watts what she wore or what you see Seattle as. Anyway,
It's kind of scary because The Ring scares you and you're in Seattle. Kind of makes you sleepless in Seattle. You get it? I blended two movies together.
This is horrific.
Anyway,
I'm gonna move to my number 8, which is I Know What You Did Last Summer. What a teen. It was like one of my first like teen slasher movies where these girls are running out with like a bikini on and the guys are dumb as fuck and the guys just the whole premise of the whole movie and that classic like, what do you want from me? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I wanted to put scary movie, but no, I wasn't gonna cheat.
I almost put Zombieland on here. I love Zombieland. It's
interesting.
I mean, I didn't.
Well,
I didn't, but
of course.
it's such a good comedy. Oh, I like that one.
But yeah, I like my choices too.
Yeah, I think
Are we moving on?
We're gonna go numbers 7 y 6.
Ooh, okay.
I'm really getting good with my Spanish numbers. Spanish number? Numbers in Spanish. Saying my numbers in Spanish.
Imagine being me, actually Spanish. Okay, I'm not from Spain.
My number 7 is actually a very personal choice. It's probably one of the best. I don't know the word for it. I'm gonna make up a term.
I want to speak for all your viewers and say we stopped listening a while ago. We're kind of just waiting for your choices at this point.
Are we good? Are you good?
Comment if you agree.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, the ruins in the cabin in the woods.
Nightmare on Elm Street, and then Halloween. So, the ruins is the word I'm gonna come up is the best
about the show.
Geographical horror.
Yeah.
Because it's using.
Horror.
There we go. Yeah, because it's literally they go on a vacation. Have you seen it? Okay, he hasn't seen it. They go. They go. These American kids. These young little teens. They go
Americans.
overseas, and then I don't remember what country they're in, but I do know there's a tourist who's like. It's the classic. Hey, let's go on a trip. You want to see this cool ruin? Let's go hiking. They come upon this ruin, and the whole horror aspect is the leaves are alive. So what happens is like they go to sleep, and what they don't realize is like once you touch the leaves, it's like in your skin, and it's like growing in you, and you become a part of the ruin slowly. The ruins, the leaves can actually not talk. But like
communicate.
They make a noise, and from far away it sounds like they're saying words. But once you get close to it, you just realize all the leaves are going. Dude,
I'm gonna watch it now.
I own it. Dope. I own it. It's,
okay, how does that help me?
Huh? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! And then Cabin in the Woods.
The Cabin in the Woods.
So my thing was I didn't want to necessarily put like any comedy movies in here per se. But Cabin in the Woods is honestly like the perfect blend of a horror movie with comical aspects.
Really?
So good.
Also haven't seen that.
My goodness.
But now
I will say it got over 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's a big deal. Cabin in the Woods. So we got original. I'm assuming the original Nightmare.
The original Wes Craven Nightmare on Elm Street, because that motherfucker Freddy Krueger has haunted all of us for our lives. The whole concept, everything. But the original movie, just seeing the whole aspect of like, imagine you're in school, but you're like also 25, and you can't go to sleep because you'll die, and like I don't know, the whole everything about the visuals back when I was young. And even the visuals now where I'm like, I wouldn't fuck with Freddy Krueger, honestly.
Not at all.
And then Halloween, you know me. You don't know me unless you know me. But you know that I love like 70s anything. And it's so like the grainy, was it filmed in the 70s? Was 76 maybe? I don't know.
I don't think.
But it has like that grainy kind of like 70s Super 8 film to it. And then the music, the whole, it's literally Halloween, babysitters and all that
1978?
stuff. 1978, yeah. So 70s, Jamie Lee Curtis, the introduction to Michael Myers, all of that, like
Austin Powers,
Michael Myers, obviously. But that's the song I'm in. And then doesn't he do that's his theme song.
Yeah,
that's Austin Powers. So
yo, when you said it, I was like Austin Powers. But yeah, that's a
creepy as. Yeah, it's a creepy as tune. So, and then the new news are good. The new one like reboot, but we're not.
When you said the new news, It sounded like you were saying multiple of them.
Yeah, because the second one's coming out, I think.
No. I mean, like, all the new ones
Oh,
before
no.
the...
No,
yeah,
no, no.
only
I
the
mean,
latest
the
one
reboots.
that
Yeah, no.
also has
Jamie
Jamie Lee Curtis
Curtis, yeah.
in it. Not those... What
I'll
was
do
his
number
name?
2, but I won't do any of the rest of them.
What
I'm
was-
sorry, it is my opinion.
Someone
And the
remade
detective.
them. Someone remade those.
Rob
movies.
Zombie.
Oh, those movies
Yeah.
were the second one tripped me out more than anything. I tried to erase that one from. It was like a heaven scene or whatever. It was
Yeah,
trippy.
there was a lot.
Yeah. Number
You know,
5.
The heavens are saying, put your number 5.
My number 5 is actually the movie that has creeped me out more than any other horror movie in the existence of horror movies. Are we good?
Yes.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Jeff Goldblum
Oh, yeah.
did The Fly. And that movie, I've only seen it once. I've told myself I never want to watch that movie again. Because looking at the way they did the special effects of him looking like the Fly and watching him like puke on
I just saw a
Oh.
still. When I was doing research, I saw a still of him. And I was like, I don't like any of this.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. Yeah.
That movie is number 5 for that aspect. It creeped me out. Also, something told me when you said you like those like Poltergeist. I was like, Poltergeist is gonna be on the list.
Yeah, I had a poor choice of or lack of choice of words. I was like, something Poltergeist. Yeah, I love Poltergeist because Jeff Goldblum turning into a fly and throwing up on shit, so good. And
good.
They're not connected, which is crazy. The
Not
Fly
at all.
and Poltergeist. No, I love Poltergeist. Every scene from the medium coming in and like she's not creepy, but like it's just like of course. And then the whole backstory of what was happening, like the deaths, and then the whole like did they use real skeletons, which was confirmed by the dude, the prop master. He was like, he's like, we were a horror movie in the 70s with no budget. You know, what do you expect?
True.
They're cheaper and they look good.
I haven't seen the original Poltergeist in so long.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of
I said in so long.
Oh, sorry. I
Not
stopped
ever.
listening.
I said in so long.
I want to see the footage where I go, well, this is when I hit Jordan. Damn.
Well, now I have to...
It was a Poltergeist. It wasn't me. I love Poltergeist. I really, really love Poltergeist.
Okay, we're ready for numero 4?
Numero 4.
Which, this is where I think you actually made a mistake of something. I'm going to correct
You
that.
sound like my parents.
It's a longer title, but we're good. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Nightmare on Elm Street. At
Number 6.
At number... the remake, the one that just came out.
The remake.
So Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm actually going to make a video about this in general, but I actually think the greatest horror movie slasher monster, technically speaking, is Freddy Krueger, for the simple fact of every other like slasher, you can at least, for the most part, run away. You can't run away from sleep.
No.
That creeps me. When I first
Unless
saw
you're rich and own a lot of coke.
Oh, dude. When I first saw Nightmare on Elm Street, I don't think I slept that night.
No, I mean nobody.
Like I slept in the morning because it was like I was trying to fight it, and then when I fell asleep, it was me being like, I guess that's it for me.
Yeah. Something about Freddy when I was younger that I'm remembering now is if you ever bought the costume and the first like the moment you put on that glove and you're like, I get it. I get why he would do this.
Well, but then also,
I mean, no, I wouldn't.
You think about that. The first thing I think about is typing. Okay, all right. T. I just want the. I just. That's another keyboard. I just.
I don't wipe your ass. Just like.
You would. I don't even. You're doing the whole motion.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. I don't like that.
You did. You committed so hard to that.
No, halfway I was like, I'm really doing this.
Okay, so Psycho.
I mean, it's Psycho. What else do I have to say? From the score to the cinematography to the black and white.
Christian Bale really did it.
Christian Bale's so good in Psycho. He's so Jerry Leto also. I mean, that you can see why they chose him for.
When you have to specify.
No, we're talking about Psycho from 1963.
No, I know, because the oh my gosh,
60.
the Christian Bale one is American Psycho.
It's not 63. It's 1960.
1960, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
No.
1960. 1963.
It's
2020 is the 60th anniversary of Psycho.
oh shoot,
I actually own a piece of the Psycho house.
trippy.
I do. Oh shit! If I didn't know the ending or the twist, and it was back in like the 60s or whatever,
Yeah.
it blew my mind completely.
I do agree with that because I think Psycho's fantastic, but of course, because I love watching horror movies, I think we both do. But going into
Don't
watching
speak for me, please.
going into watch Psycho, it was one of those where it's like I kind of knew what to expect, just because like that
because we're so past it. So we're like, oh, because I watch a lot of movies now where I'm like, oh, I know how this is gonna end, and then I go, oh yeah, and it's not that you ruin it, it's just that we're past that.
to be in the theater or
Just
to like
like-
watch it and go,
No fucking way. No,
What?
no fucking way.
Let me write this in a letter and give it to a bird so we can
Let me-
tweet it out.
Let me. I had a better one. And you just killed the whole mood.
no, but they're laughing right now. Look at them. High five, virtual hand sanitizer. Because I just virtually.
Bullshit.
Okay. Oh, there's a movie I'm waiting for you to place that you haven't done yet, and I'm very intrigued about it. You ready?
Mhm.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. And you did it. Yes, I felt it was coming. So I went with A Quiet Place, and the reason why A Quiet Place is on
Because
here.
it's a polar opposite of what you are.
Why'd you put Scream? I'm so intrigued. Let's hear Scream.
Ghostface. Scream. I mean, Neff Campbell, Courtney Cox,
Yes.
David Arquette. I mean, what a great cast. And again, it's like the most. I mean, oh my ring. Oh, the ring.
Oh, if the phone rings now, I'm not picking it up. But
I dressed up as Ghostface for maybe like 7 years in a row during like elementary school. I had the bloody one. Yeah, the one where you're like you were the dopest kid ever because you'd be like, what's your favorite? That opening, that fucking opening is one of the greatest openings for, and I love comedy, and it's such a satire that like you laugh audibly watching this movie, but then sometimes you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And this, I love the second one, love the third one, and violently enjoy the fourth one.
I'm gonna be honest. Number 1 is my favorite Scream. Number 4 is my second favorite Scream. And I really like it. Number 3 was the first one I actually ever watched.
Really?
That was the very first one I watched. And when I watched, I was like, this is great.
Yeah. I like how meta it is, where it's like now they're filming a movie and shit. And number 5 is filming right now.
That opening scene, though, and I almost said episode 2. The opening scene in Scream 2 is heavily tainted for me, though, because scary movie.
Oh yeah.
I will never.
See, I'm so lucky that I can appreciate both of them separately. But every time that I see a whole man's penis go through Marlon Wayne's ear, no, not Marlon.
Sean.
Is it Sean?
Yeah, it was Sean.
Sean Wayne. Yeah, Sean Wayne.
So the reason I chose A Quiet Place
Can't be quiet.
is this is and this again goes for the top 3 movies for me. They're movies that like I would have never imagined can really get me in a mode as an adult.
Yeah.
A Quiet Place, to be in the theater
Yeah.
on opening day, to watch people be afraid to eat popcorn because the movie has instilled so much anxiety and stress in you, was so magical for a horror movie. And then of course you have John Krasinski, Jim, huge Office fan, and then you have his wife, Emily Blunt. And
I'm
that
more of a
chemistry-
joint guy myself. Get it? Because her last name's Blunt.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for.
Like marijuana. I love movies that are meant for the movie theater. I know that sucks now.
Yeah.
But A Quiet Place, you could hear literally a popcorn fall on the floor. Yes. The amount of the stress of just being like, like you don't even want to breathe. You're just like, oh.
Which, by the way, I
And
found
that ending. But
I
was so angry.
There's another movie I think we're both going to agree on. I just don't know where it's at on your list, but we're going to go into number 2. I'm so intrigued. I think we're both. Mine is number 2, and it's either on your list or it's not on your list at all. So I feel like we just had twin telepathy.
Doubt it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. It's not on
I told you.
No, we talked about Us. We talked about the movie Us.
There is no Us.
Get Out. Because that hurts. Lets me know it's not on your list. Because I know your number 1 wasn't going to be it. Get Out is another movie.
Bad.
The reason why Get Out is
love
number
Get
2
Out.
is Get Out is fantastic of a movie, and another thing of I would have never expected at an older age to be so creeped out and freaked out in a movie, especially being black. I think it hits a person of color alone. Like I think it just hits, and like you're like what? And then also I believe this is the start.
I don't sit on love seats
the
at
Jordan
people's homes.
Oh no,
I don't. I'm like no, and they're like, "Do you want tea?" I'm like, "Fuck that."
No tea.
Fuck that.
If you stir your tea like this, we're not friends.
If you eat your fucking what are they, Fruit Loops?
Oh, Fruit Loops.
Separately. See, I'm never into dry cereal. I get it. There's people out
It's
there
good to
that eat
snack
dry
on
cereal.
every now and again.
I get it,
when it's free.
but that was one of the most disturbing
I
things.
actually remember that was the biggest thing you talked about. Everybody was like, "Yeah, they were like enslaving black," and you're like, "They ate the cereal. What?
Can we
The
put-
milk was on the."
Can we put slavery just on the side for a quick second? Can we talk about the cereal separate
That's
from the
how we
fucking
did that.
milk?
Like everyone was snapping photos on people just to make sure
Yeah.
everybody was good. I snapped photos on like 13
do-
black people.
yeah.
What's up, brother?
Hello.
Psh.
Yeah.
Okay, he good.
I do
he
that
good.
to you when I wake up. I'm like, wait.
No, you don't.
I don't.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Exorcist.
Oh, is that what I put? Yeah. My mom wouldn't let that movie in my home until I was about 21. Ouija boards were strictly prohibited
Gotcha.
in my home, or my mom was like, I will either kick your ass or I will leave the family.
Can I pause you real quick? There will never be these movies. Like these movies are not allowed in my home. Nightmare on Elm Street is fine, but all these ghosts and exorcism movies are not allowed in my home at all.
Yeah.
At all. If I found out you have these movies, if I would have known that in the beginning of the year, I wouldn't have moved in.
Oh, I have all of them.
I wouldn't have
They're
moved
still
in at all.
here in this home.
Wouldn't have moved in.
I haven't moved them out yet.
Wouldn't have moved in if I would have known.
I'm just gonna leave The Exorcist
Be like-
on your bed or on the couch.
You could have said everything.
Hey, I'll pay 90% of the rent. All you have to do is just pay.
Just
is
play
just-
with the Ouija board once a month.
Never. Wouldn't move in.
No, my mom said that stories of this. She's like, my parents took me to the movies,
Mhm.
and then when we got to the movies, I found out it was The Exorcist, and they made her watch it, and she said that for like a year she was traumatized, and she says to this day, if I remember it was like 21, 22, and I'm like, Mom, I have friends over, we've never seen The Exorcist. Can we watch it? And she said, then I'm leaving. And she left for the night. Literally left for that. She's like, I don't fuck with it. I just don't fuck with it. If you take the whole exorcism thing out of it, the whole like scary, like rating with her face and all that shit, it's a really good like crime drama.
I'll give you that.
It's the craziest scary movie of all time because this was when a lot of mainstream audiences were seeing this kind of shit.
I'm so excited. Just the way you explained everything, I'm very hyped for my number 1.
The Dark Knight? I feel like you
No, it's Catwoman. Halle Berry again. Way to come. Sorry. I believe this is the greatest horror movie ever made. And I don't know what can beat it. A lot of it is I think it's fantastic. And number 2, just my feelings after watching it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. If you've seen The Conjuring,
Oh, yeah.
this is the only Exorcist movie that is on my list. And there's a good reason for it. I don't think there's very many good ones. The Exorcist is great, but what happens is The Exorcist, a lot of people started making these movies, and then too many exorcism movies, and it's like,
Yeah.
But The Conjuring single-handedly
Yeah.
brought it back aggressively. The Conjuring, this is the first movie because I don't get scared watching scary movies. The Fly freaked me out. Aliens kind of got me a tad bit when I was younger just because I thought about bugs. Cabin in the Woods never scared me. Nightmare on Elm Street kind of scared me a little bit, but I was a young kid and I
more
just
comedic side.
Yeah.
He's sassy as
so
fuck, it's kind
A
of funny.
Quiet Place was just anxiety. Get Out,
Psychological.
psychological also. The Conjuring, I was an adult. I was over 18 when this came out.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, when I tell you, I left the theater and they were like, guys, what'd you think about that movie? And I was like, I don't want to talk about it for right now. I'm like, can we just not talk about this? This scene where she's in the attic and the lights are off and she just puts on that lighter and you see those hands? Dude.
Yeah, now I'm like thinking about it. Like, I was thinking of... Made me take off my glasses.
But I love it. It's so good.
That's awesome. Wow.
Let's talk about... This is the original. And we watched this recently.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Massacre.
That movie is just... It's odd that it's such a Victor horror movie. Like, in the beginning, it's all that 70s grainy film. They're all these hippie kids in the middle of the end of the Vietnam War. So, and it's just, I mean, the beginning with the camera flash and the, oh my god, that was actually really good. I'm actually scared how good that was. But that start with all the photos and just the radio, like, what a way to use filmmaking. Like, it is one of those, like, all right, here's the backstory. Some other crazy motherfucker is digging up shit. Wow, all these graphics, and then you can feel the heat watching that movie, like the humidity and the, like, I bet I'd be sweating, and every aspect of the movie is so unnerving. And then once they get to the house, it's just it's time to do what we do best. Why did you fuckers come up here,
dude?
And then everything after that is just like nightmare. Like, imagine being that girl and just like. Everything you have to go through.
I felt for the guy in the wheelchair, dude.
Oh,
you know, I would have been rolling,
and he was so mad because he knew he was a third wheel
rolling my
too.
wheels so fast.
Like, that's such a fucked up way to go. Like, especially like, I'm the
First
third wheel.
First of all, who picks up the hitchhiker? That was one of the creepiest.
Stupid. That was so dumb.
This,
anyway, yeah. But and also when I was younger. I didn't. That's when I was young. When we were young, because we're the same age. But and the internet was anew. This was the first movie that I watched where I was like, based on real events. What the fuck? So guess what my dumbass did? I googled that shit and I researched that shit and I saw some read some fucked up shit and I was like, oh, it is real. Very loosely based. It's not even in Texas. And it was this guy who like would put like people in his chili, and it was nuts. It was insane.
So these are our lists.
I won.
I want to say I think I won this one. Besides the fact that you don't know Cabin in the Woods and you don't know The Ruins and you don't know Train to Busan, I at least know Haunting in Connecticut, The Ring. I know what you did last summer. Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Poltergeist. I know all of yours. You don't know mine, so you might think you won, but you didn't. Also, record. I think you cussed more than you've ever cussed on any other video.
Am I not supposed to cuss?
You can't. I'm just saying it's fine, but in this one, you said more. I think the
or
horror,
put like a boo.
I think the horror movie brought it out,
Yeah,
like the passion.
It did. Also, I did have a list.
No, we knew. Remember that time you said, "I don't have a list." Like, you literally showed it and then put it in your lap.
I was in the middle of dinner, sir. I was enjoying a very nice peach. Not peach.
Was it a giant peach, and is your name James?
My name is James. Anyway, thank you for joining us here at Victor's and Magic.
Thank you for leave in the comments if you like any of our lists or if you think your list is better. Choose. That was good. That was a solid.